if you clicked on this video or you watch this type of content, you're probably curious. You want to learn certain things. You want to learn on how to improve your life. You want to find out, okay, 4 bad habits of weak men. What are keeping men weak? I want to know because maybe I'm doing it. And that's good. You have this curious mind. You want to learn. I'm like that too. I was like that in the past. I'm still like that because knowledge is key. You want to learn, you want to grow, and you want to improve. You want to expand your mind because the more you know, the more you'll be able to do. So that's good. That's great. You're already further than a lot of people. You're also probably wise because you know that each decision and each habit that you have, or each action that you take, it shapes your reality in a certain way. That's good. That's a wise characteristic. It's good that you know that because now you're aware of every little thing you do. Right? You think about each thing you do and you look at the result and you look at the consequence of that. That's good. That's why I make these type of videos for people like you and for people like me so we can learn, we can do better in life. I just want to give y'all a little disclaimer. I just want to let y'all know that I'm not making these videos and I'm not coming from a point of I'm better than you. Let me back this up real quick, bro. I'm not making these videos where I'm coming from a point of, hey, I'm better than you. Like we're the same. Me and you are the same. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. I'm not this source of all knowledge. I'm not this wise guru. I'm not the person who knows everything. You might be watching this. You might know more than I do. You might know better than I do. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is that I've done certain things in the past. I've messed up. I've learned and I'm trying to do better now. So I'm sharing what's helping me. I'm sharing to others so I can hopefully make a positive impact on the world. That's all I'm doing. That's really all I'm doing. So if you think that I'm coming at you in a way, I'm trying to one up you. I'm trying to, put you on. No. This is just me, a normal person, sharing to another normal person what I think is going to benefit you in life. And another disclaimer, these 4 bad habits are not for people. And well, this video in general is not for someone who's like doing these bad habits here and there. It's mainly for people who do this often. It's for people who have these 4 bad habits. They do it often. They can't control it. They're stuck in this vicious cycle. You're going to realize that each bad habit, it keeps you in this vicious cycle. It's this horrible cycle that you can never get out of. It's extremely difficult to even get out of. And I can argue that you shouldn't even start this. You shouldn't even do this a little bit because you might get to a point to where you're doing it a little bit and then eventually, boom, you do it a lot. You're stuck. You're lost in the sauce, right? Or even if you're doing it a little bit, if you ever like read Atomic Habits, doing something a little bit over like 5 years might have had a negative impact on you and you don't know. So I could argue that you shouldn't even do this at all. Don't even think about it. Don't even do it. Just stay away from it. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm joking. That was a little new. I usually don't do that. Well, let's get into it. Number 1, the first bad habit, and you're probably already guessing what it is. I usually speak about this a lot. I've made a lot of videos already about it. You might think I'm a broken record. This might be a little taboo, but I think it's important for us as a society to discuss stuff like this because it's a big issue these days. And of course, that's porn and masturbation. And I'm going to give you reasons as to why I think it's not good for you, why I think it's a bad habit, right? Number 1, it reduces testosterone. It actually literally reduces testosterone. And I ain't like a scientist or anything like that. I'm not like this super genius brain. You can go look it up yourself. You can see the studies and all the articles posted on it. It actually reduces testosterone. That's why people who don't jerk off, they go like a week or 2 without it, their testosterone increases. So you're actually reducing the chemical that makes you a man, which is sad. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Another reason is that it makes you lazy. Why does it make you lazy? Because you have this overload of dopamine and stimulation on your brain. You feel amazing, this excitement, right? Because your mind doesn't know what's going on. Your mind thinks it's actually with a partner. It actually thinks it's having sex with a human being, when in reality, you're just touching yourself, which is kind of sad. So your mind doesn't know that. Your mind thinks it's actually with a human being. Because it doesn't know that, it thinks that it's receiving the ultimate reward. It thinks that it's getting the best dopamine ever. So you're just like, it thinks that it's receiving the ultimate reward because it doesn't know that. It doesn't know. Your brain doesn't know if it's with a person or not. It just thinks you're just, okay, I'm just having sex, right? So you keep overloading your brain with this amazing feeling, this crazy amounts of dopamine. What's going to happen when you don't have it? You're going to get lazy. You're not going to be motivated or disciplined enough to go get other things done because you're like, why would I do anything else that's going to not give me the same amount of dopamine, not give me the same amount of satisfaction? Why would I do that? It's all about satisfaction here. I want to feel amazing. I'm going to just keep going back to that. It's a vicious cycle. You end up being lazy. You don't have any discipline. You don't have any motivation. You're just stuck on the couch. You're like, why would I do that? It increases anxiety. It increases stress, and it can lead to depression. Of course, it can lead to depression because you have this amazing feeling and all of a sudden it's gone. And now you want it back. then you chase it again, and then it's gone, and you want it again. You're trying to fill this void that's never going to be filled. And what happens is your normal dopamine receptors, they start like declining, I guess. Again, I'm not a scientist, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the natural dopamine that comes in your brain, it doesn't come anymore. You don't feel good doing the basic things. You don't feel good going on a walk. You don't find any joy in going on a walk or talking to family members or hanging out with someone, maybe even hanging out with your spouse or just playing basketball or swimming. You don't find joy in those basic things. You feel depressed now because all you want is that one thing, and it's not going to give you, nothing else is going to give you that satisfaction, which is very sad. Honestly, it also leads to anxiety and stress because when you're overloaded with this crazy amount of dopamine, when it's gone, your mind isn't supposed to, again, I'm not a scientist, but your mind isn't supposed to deal with that much dopamine. It's unnatural kind of. That's why some people say it's like a drug. Like some people even compare porn to heroin because that crazy stimulation that you get, you're not supposed to get that. When it's gone, your mind becomes anxious, becomes stressed because that's all it wants now. So not only do you get depressed, you get sad, but you also get anxious. A lot of people who say that they're anxious or they say they have anxiety disorder, ask yourself, do you watch porn often? Because if you do, then it's probably not anxiety that it's not like a disorder, or you might have, made it a disorder after years and years of using it. You just need to stop the porn. If that's not enough, I got more for you. Trust me. It leads to issues in bed with your spouse. That's a crazy one. Now, I'm not going to talk about like girlfriend, boyfriend, all that stuff. I'm talking about like halal relationship, right? It leads to an issue with your spouse. If you're a person who's married and you're watching porn, you're watching it often, like I said in the beginning, this is for people who do it often, then you're going to deal with issues. There's something called porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Like you can't even get turned on because your mind, the only thing your mind gets turned on by is another like a video of something. And sometimes you even have to imagine that person or that video while you're doing it with your partner because your partner isn't enough. Your partner doesn't look good to you. These are issues. People have actually spoken about this on Reddit. There's people on YouTube talking about this. This is a crazy issue. Can you believe that? Your spouse doesn't turn you on. What? You married her thinking she was hot, or she married you thinking you were hot, but you don't turn her, y'all don't turn each other on anymore. Because what you want is actually in the screen. You're actually in love with the screen. Very sad. My point of making these videos or anything, I don't judge anyone. I'm not trying to judge you at all. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to put you down. This is, like I said, it's all about knowledge. It's all about knowing what to do and what not to do so you can become better. If I didn't know any of these things, I wouldn't have improved from any of this, right? So I'm not putting you down. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm telling you the reality. Maybe it's a little bit blunt. Maybe it's a little too honest. Maybe it might be hurtful, but I'm not trying to hurt you. My intention is to help you. My intent is coming from a positive, loving place. Just know that, okay? Even though I look like crazy with a straight face or whatever, I look super straight. It's not that. I'm actually a joyful, peaceful, happy, smiley kind of guy. It's just, when it comes to these videos, I got to get a little serious about it because these issues are serious. What you want me to do? Like, I'm not trying to make y'all laugh. I'm trying to help you improve your life, right? A little tangent, but let's get back to it. It takes the joy out of your life. Like I said, you don't feel joy. You don't feel happiness doing the basic normal things, which is very sad. Very sad. Like, you can't just go on a walk anymore. You can't just play video games anymore. You need to be, you need to watch porn to actually find some type of enjoyment. Very sad. Very sad. You don't want to be like that. And if all that wasn't enough for you, another reason is that it literally physically weakens your body. It physically, not just mentally. Like when I make this video, 4 habits that make men weak or keeping men weak, it's mainly mentally, but this is actually physically. If you go and look up how much energy and nutrients you waste when you ejaculate, you're wasting a lot. It's not good. There's like this big no-fat movement on Reddit and YouTube. Why are they doing that? Because they know the benefits of keeping it in. They know that if they just let it out, what's the point of it? You're literally like this thing, you take it out to make a baby. You put it in another woman to make a baby, right? Because that's how strong it is. Once it's in a woman, you make a baby out of it. But if you're not trying to make a baby, then imagine what it can like do to your body. Just leave it in you. Sounds a little weird. I know maybe you're not used to this type of topic. I get it. All I can do is plant the seed within you, but pause. But all I can do is, just let you know what I think is true. And it is true. You're wasting a lot of nutrients. You're wasting a lot of energy. You're wasting a lot of vital like things in your body. Because think about it, like this, liquid comes out because you're trying to make a baby. So God's like, or your body's like, I got to take the best part of you and take like a big sample of all of that and put it into a woman because we're trying to make a baby. So imagine how much comes out I know it's a little weird, but just focus on the point here. Imagine how much comes out. And if you're not doing it to procreate and make babies, then it's just all going to waste. You're physically making yourself weak. All right. That's number one. Number two is going to be, I don't know if this is a little bit controversial or not, but it's funny because porn leads to this in some cases. It's going to be, number two is obsession or simping over women, or this lustful attitude towards women. Now, what I mean by simping, don't get offended. And I'm not speaking in a woman's point of view. I'm speaking only in a man's point of view, because I can only know what a man feels. Basically, when you sacrifice your morals and your principles to get female attention or to get laid. And you know how people say that women they want attention. Men want attention too. Men want a lot of attention. They'll do anything to get a woman's attention. They'll spend all the money. They'll sacrifice all their morals and principles. I don't know if you ever see all these people like this red pill movement on YouTube or social media talk about how men are simping over women. Like the OnlyFans, all of this OnlyFans, people cash apping women, all this stuff. How did this come from? This comes from this attitude of men that, I have this lust. I have this obsession with women and women's attention. You can go look it up. I don't want to speak about like the dirty stuff, but you can go look it up. People have done crazy things just for money, just for women's attention. Sorry. People have given crazy amounts of money just for women's attention. Another reason is that it distracts you from your life purpose, your manly purpose in life, or whatever purpose you have. Even if you're not, like, if you're a Muslim, you know what's up, bro. Like, lower your gaze, stay away from all this zina, all this dirty impurity. You already know this, right? But even if you're not Muslim, there's a little bit, within you telling you, your brain's telling you that, okay, I shouldn't be, hunting down and obsessing over women like that. There's nothing wrong with actually finding a spouse, doing it the right way. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with courting, trying to get to know someone. You want to marry someone. That's your intention at the end of the day. I ain't talking about y'all people. I'm talking about people who are obsessed. They're lustful. They're simping. These people are distracted. They don't have any purpose in life. Their main purpose is something else now. Your main godly purpose is something else. Whatever God created you to do, you're not doing that. So now you're just lusting and simping and doing whatever you can for female attention. That's not good. You don't want to be in that position. You want to get out of that as fast as possible. Another thing is, leaves you insecure. It leaves you empty and insecure, because I think there's two types of people in this category. The first person is like the player, someone who goes after women and wants to consistently lay with other women. He's gonna, or even she, but I'm speaking on men, he's gonna experience loneliness. He's gonna experience depression and insecurities and this emptiness inside him. Why? Because you're chasing woman after woman after woman. You're trying to fill this void, but if you've ever noticed, you do one and you do the next and you do the next, you never stop. Like, when is it ever going to stop? When is it ever going to be enough? And in some cases, you want to get a hotter one after that. When is it ever going to stop? It's never going to stop. You end up feeling empty. You end up feeling lonely. You're like, damn, I'm like 40 now and I ain't got no wife, because I have no partner. I have no one to love me, because I was just chasing the wrong thing. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Or you're the type of person who, like I said, that's even worse than anything. You're just this person who's like, the people who spend money on OnlyFans, the people who cash out women, the people who want women's attention. You're lusting for it. You're simping for it. Those type of people. If you're that type of person, you're going to end up feeling even more empty, even more lonely, because it leads to nothing. That girl that you're obsessing over probably doesn't even like you. She's probably using you for money, these sugar daddies, right? And even if you're not in that position, even if you're not paying money to women to watch them or whatever, you might have some type of lust. You might have some type of obsession over women, whether it's through porn or it's actually in real life, or watching Instagram photos, or trying to find the next hottie, or trying to get laid or whatever. There's no point of that. You're going to end up being lonely. You're going to end up feeling empty. You're distracting yourself from your actual purpose in life. You could be making money. Even if you are making money, money isn't everything. You could be helping people. You could be leaving behind a legacy. You could be helping your family. You could be helping the poor people. There's so much going on in the world. Like, literally, there's so many issues in the world that you could be helping with. Money isn't everything. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're successful. It's just literally 1 out of the 10 things that you need as a man to live a fulfilling life. Good job. You got one. Check one. That doesn't give you the right to go and waste your life like an idiot. There's other things you can do. There's other people you can help. There's a purpose that you have. Go fulfill that purpose. Stop getting distracted. What's the point? What's the point of chasing all these women now? What are you going to get from it? Nothing. Now, I'm trying to make these videos short, even though this is not like super short compared to my other videos, but it's still something. I don't want to make this like 30-40 minute video just because I'm still like a new YouTuber. I just want to like make small videos. So I'm going to make this and break it down into 2 parts. This is the first part. Again, the first two bad habits are porn and obsession or simping over women. The second two, I'm about to drop soon, inshallah. Y'all let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you like anything that I speak about. If there's anything else you want me to speak about, let me know. I got you. And for these first two bad habits, like, I haven't went over how to quit them, right? Because that's like another video, but I'm just going over like why it's bad and all that stuff. But if you actually need help quitting any of these things, hit me up, hit other people up. If you actually want to hit me up, my Instagram's in the link, literally in the bio, actually. Hit me up. I don't care. I'll talk to you. Cause like, I don't need money. I'm not doing this for money. Money is it's not for me anyways. It's for my family. Like, I don't really care. It's for my wife and kids. Like, I'm just here to just live life and just help people. So if you actually need help, hit me up. But if you're interested in any of these type of videos, subscribe. Obviously, like any other YouTuber, I gotta say it because it helps the algorithm. And if you actually want to share this type of video, like you want people to know more about this stuff, then share it, like it. It helps the algorithm. It really does. Comment, tell me what you like, stuff like that.